What's going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome to the Battle Union. This will be the first episode of the entire season. This will be the first team builder going up. Team builders are completely optional, so you don't have to watch them if you don't want to. I mean, I say like you have to watch every video of mine. You don't even have to watch any of my videos if you don't want to. But TBU used to be forced to upload team builders. This is the first season where it's not forced. However, I still want to upload them because I think they're extremely important for the battles. And I kind of want to educate people who know less than I do. That might not be you guys watching this video specifically, but someone out there somewhere knows less than I do because I know less than other people. So it's kind of just how the chain falls. Anyway, this is week 1. We're going to be going up against a very iconic person on this channel. If you do not know who this person is, I don't know how, because he's been on my channel a lot. I've known this guy since PPL D2 season 1. We're going into like what, season D1 season 5, something like that. Anyway, I'm going up against Polymac and the West Coast Wingulls. He used to be the Thunderbolt and Wanderers, but now he's the West Coast Wingulls. I absolutely love the name, and I think it's amazing. His team will be popping up right up there, and his team is terrifying, realistically. I don't have it right in front of me. I could pull it up, I guess, but I'm a lazy bastard. I'm also sorry if you hear people walking up above me. I can't control that. His team is extremely terrifying. He has a lot of mons that just run straight through my entire draft, and I have to try to figure out how I want to go about it. But his 9 mons that he can be bringing to this game are Jirachi, Sylveon, Scolipede, Hydreigon, Hitmontop, Alolan Marowak, Roserade, Mantine, and Floatzel. And as you can see, I took Mienshao off the bench, and I benched Gorobus. I can't smash pass on this man at all. I can't even smash and sweep him with Gorobus because I would need Scald, Ice Beam, HP Electric, and then I still would struggle to kill Sylveon. And Gorobus has terrible, well, not terrible, but less than average SPDF. So I was just like, nope, not even worth it. I'm just gonna bench it for Mienshao because Mienshao is a monster. So my team is directly above my head, and I'm extremely happy with the team that I made. I made probably one of my favorite teams that I've ever made in League format. Reason being because I built it around a very specific mon that I don't really think he'll be expecting to come. And I don't mean like a specific mon, I mean a specific set of the mon, and I think that's what's going to do me a lot of good. So let's just go ahead and hop over to the team. Oh, also, as you can see, his biggest threat is Scolipede to my team. I have absolutely nothing for it except for what I made. Like, that's the only way that I could think of stopping it. It straight up sweeps through my entire team. If he wants to pass speed, that's also a massive threat to my team. If he wants to SD, that is also a massive threat to my team. So nothing on my team can stop it off like right away. So I'm very terrified of Scolipede. So let's just go ahead and hop into the first set that I wanted to bring. I don't really know if this is the best mon to bring, but I really like this. This is my Tapu Fini set that I'm going to be bringing this week. It is a mixed defensive set to ensure that Hydreigon with Adamant or Modest can never 3-hit KO me with Flash Cannon or Iron Tail, and that's pretty big. I have Surf, Sub, Toxic, and Moonblast. Before you guys go down to the comment section and say, but Kelly, how are you supposed to Toxic things with Misty Surge? Toxic is really only there for Mantine. It's a flying type, so it levitates above the Misty Surge, so I can Toxic it and I can wear it down, and I can Sub-Toxic. It can't break my sub with anything. I can wear that down, and I'll be good to go. Substitute is also pretty important for the fact that if this will probably be my dedicated lead. If he leads off with Scolipede and he wants to get off a Swords Dance or a Speed Boost or anything like that, I can sub up on that first turn. I live any one hit from Adamant Life Orb, and I can still sub up. And then I can click Surf, and it does about 50% depending on his spread. I don't think you can run a lot of HP unless you're in Swords Dance with like no attack investment. And even then, that's a lot better for me because I'll be doing a whole lot less. But Surf 2 it KOs him if he's no HP investment, and that's really awesome. Being able to live any one Poison Jab even after Stealth Rocks is huge because I know Paul loves to Hazard Stack. The big thing that will struggle with Tapu Fini is the fact that it's going to be extremely pressured. The fact that this is my check to Hydreigon is extremely scary because I don't have a whole lot else for Hydreigon. The fact that I'm also going to be a little troubled by Scolipede, so this is also going to have to get off the 50% on Scolipede. and the fact that I'm just overall scared of this thing being pressured to switch into moves that I don't want it to. I think that this mon, it's going to do perfect. It's going to do exactly what I want it to do. It's going to switch into Hydreigon. It is going to... Oh, also, I wanted to run Rest, but then I remember that you can't run Rest with its Misty Surge, so I'm screwed with Reliable Recovery. And I didn't want to run a Berry, because then I would have no recovery at all. Like, I could have run, I think it's like the Kebia Berry for Poison-type moves with Surf, do a lot of damage and be offensive and whatnot. Then I wouldn't have any recovery, and I really, really, really wanted the recovery. I just realized I was a floating face cam, so I'm sorry if you just saw me jump. Ew, my dogs are disgusting. Anyway, Tapu Fini is going to be huge for getting off that chip damage on Scolipede. It'll be huge for walling Jirachi if he's Choice Scarfed. He cannot lock himself in anyone moving against my team, and that is massive for my team as well. I didn't really talk too much about Jirachi, but Jirachi is a pretty big threat. The big thing with Jirachi is that he cannot be Choice Scarfed, because if he is Choice Scarfed with, like, Drain Punch, or Choice Scarfed with like Zen Headbutt, and he knocks down my Gengar, I get to trap it with Gothitelle, I can wear it down, and then I instantly get to kill it with either Mienshao or Sneasel. So that's kind of where that is. The biggest problem would be if he speed passes into it, but even then it struggles to kill Goth. I have Heatran, which can wall it pretty well and do a lot of damage to it, and he struggles to kill Tapu Fini with it, unless he's like Wish, Speed Pass with U-Turn, Iron Heads, and Headbutt. And even then, he can't touch Heatran, so he has a massive 4-move slot syndrome with his Jirachi. But yeah, this is Tapu Fini. It's going to be massive, this game. I needed to get off the damage on Scolipede and Hydreigon. Hydreigon is just a massive threat. So this is going to be my check to Scolipede. I have an Air Balloon Heatran. So this set's a little weird. I have enough speed to always outspeed Sylveon in case he wants to bring like Timid Max Speed Specs Sylveon. I can always outspeed it, and I can always hit it with a Flash Cannon. I calced it. I calced Iron Head as well. Iron Head does do more if he is no HP investment, but if he's like Fizz Def, Flash Cannon does a little bit more. And overall, I think Flash Cannon is just a little bit safer in case he does bring defensive, because I could also see defensive against my team, since it's one of his few switch-ins to Mienshao. And even then, that's not a switch-in to Mienshao. This is also going to be my Rock Setter, but I'm not going to lead off with this thing. I'm not going to get up rocks early game. I probably won't get up rocks until after Scolipede is dead. This is my safety net. A +6 Rock Slide from a Adamant Life Orb Scolipede has a 12% chance to OHKO Heatran. Well, my Heatran spread. So the big thing is I cannot let this thing have its air balloon popped until Scolipede is dead. Because if he's running like SD, Protect, Poison Jab, Earthquake, it can sweep through my entire team. I cannot risk him having like Mega Horn and Earthquake, and for some reason not running coverage to Tapu Fini. That would just be foolish of him, but either way, or him like not being SD and him still sweeping me with just offensive Scolipede. So I have to save this thing until Scolipede is a threat, until it kills one of my Mons, or until I can catch him on a double switch, or I can get a U-turn with my Mienshao. That's the big thing. Yeah, this is just my safety net for it. Pretty much. I have Earth Power on there specifically for Alolan Marowak. I know that might seem a little bit foolish, but what can you do? Air Balloon is also really nice because let's say he is Poison Jab, Earthquake, Swords Dance, and Protect with his Scolipede. Cannot touch Heatran at all. That means he cannot pop my Air Balloon. This also means that if he is running a offensive Sylveon, Choice Specs, with Hidden Power Ground, he cannot hit me unless my balloon is popped. If he's running an offensive Rose Raid, he has to hit me with a Grass type move to pop my Air Balloon. He's going to catch a Flamethrower. He will die. Also, I'm running Flamethrower for Lava Plume because Lava Plume is not a guaranteed OHKO on max HP Scolipede. Flamethrower is. So that's why I have Flamethrower for Lava Plume. But yeah. Massive key player, this Heatran. Huge key player. This will probably save my ass this game. The next Mon that is also going to be super important is going to be my Gothitelle. I'm not really running a weird Gothitelle set. I wish I was. I had an interesting set with like Trick and Choice Band to try to Trick and Choice Specs. like Trick and Flame Orb, something like that, to trick an item onto Scolipede. I also had the Bugberry for a little bit. I think it's like, I can't remember. I don't even care anymore. But I had the Bugberry on this for a little bit to hit it with a Psychic or a Psyshock. Didn't do what I wanted it to do. I would rather have this thing around to try to trap Jirachi to scout out its moveset. Overall, I think... Oh, also, I'm missing out on one. Actually, no, I'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah. Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Psychic. Pretty sure that gets perfect coverage on everything on his team, and I can hit everything at least neutrally. Psyshock and Psychic. Psyshock is there for Rose Raid. Psychic is there for Hitmontop. He has to bring Hitmontop. It's his only switch into Sneasel. So if I had to guess, I can pretty much guess what his 4 of his 6 mods are going to be. He's going to have Jirachi. He's going to have he's going to have Hitmontop. He's going to have Rose Raid. He's going to have Scolipede. Those 4. Sylveon, Hitmontop, Rose Raid, Scolipede, Jirachi. Those 5. Last one's up in the air. It could be Hydreigon, could be Mantine, could be a little Marowak, it could be a lot of different things. But yeah, this thing is just there to pretty much trap something, get off good chip damage, put it in range of Mienshao, force it out, click U-turn. Gain some momentum off of him. But yeah, I love Gothitelle. I absolutely love prepping with Gothitelle. I think it makes it so much easier. The next mod on the team is probably my biggest threat to his team, and that's why I'm kind of sort of running it in a weird way. But I'm bringing... Oh, also, this is pretty much going to be my designated switch into Rose Raid. If he's not running Shed Shell, I can trap him in. Can't 3-hit KO me, even if he's like Lee Storm with a White Herb. It does like... I'm trying to think. It does like 35, 35, and then like 25 after the drops or something like that. So yeah, switch into Rose Raid, trap it, can't hit Tapu Fini. That's what this thing is for. So yeah, biggest threat to his team is definitely Gengar. Well, Gengar and Mienshao kind of sort of combined. But this is going to be my switch in to, what's it called? Sylveon. This will be my switch into Sylveon just because it cannot 2-hit kill me if he's... No, it cannot 3-hit kill me if he's bulky. If he's Specs, he cannot 2-hit kill me, but it does significantly more damage, and I will instantly know if he's Specs or bulky or just offensive. I will instantly know it. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt nukes everything on his team. Even Scolipede takes about like 60% from a Shadow Ball, even with only 68 HP. I'm sorry, Special Attack Investment. I have Black Sludge to gain some residual recovery back. I don't want to say reliable, but it does build up some good recovery. Dazzling Gleam is there pretty much just for Hydreigon. Thunderbolt is there just for Mantine. If he brings Mantine, I'm like 98% positive it's going to be Wakanberry. And even then, because I have so much HP investment, he's not going to be able to do a whole lot to me, even with Air Slash or Scald. But yeah, nukes so much of his team. I have enough speed to outspeed base 100s. Yeah. Enough speed to outspeed Jirachi all the time. That's what that is. And I really, really like this spread. I love the idea of a bulky Gengar. Bulky Gengar is my favorite Gengar just because it still hits like a freaking truck. And, yeah, I love this thing. Bulky. It's my switch into, what's it called? Sylveon. That's about it. It also, if he's scarfed with his Jirachi, and he's like scarfed into Drain Punch to hit Heatran, I have this thing. I really don't think he'll be Scarf Jirachi though, and I'll be able to nuke it with a Shadow Ball. So now, let's talk about these last 2 mons. These last 2 mons are pretty much going to be the last 2 mons alive. I can already promise you that. I haven't had the game yet because Pokebank isn't even out yet. Shout out to Game Freak and Pokemon Company for being asshats about that. But these are going to be the last 2 mons alive. These are probably going to save my ass. Also, I don't think he's going to be running many Scarfers because I think if he brings Scolipede, he's going to bring Speed Pass. But I have to prep for everything. So we have Banded Sneasel. With enough speed, outspeed base 100s, not Scolipede because he can just protect up on me and it's completely worthless anyway. So enough speed, outspeed Jirachi. Choice Banded with Beat Up, Knock Off, Ice Shard, and Ice School Crash. Beat Up is there because it always OHKOs a Jirachi, even through a Colbur Berry if he has no HP investment. So if he's running max speed, max HP to try to speed tie with my Salamence, or if he's like that's the only reason I can see him being Choice Craft is try to speed tie with it to click Ice Beam, but He has enough to actually take on Salamence. But beat up, always OHKOs it. That's awesome. Knockoff is there because it's very ow. Ice Skull Crash also just does a whole lot to his entire team. And this also forces in the Hitmontop, which again, I will be able to trap it with Gothitelle and do amazing things. And it'll also force him to do a lot of double switches trying to catch my Gothitelle. And if he tries to switch in like Scolipede or something like that, I have my free switch-ins to it. So it's not the end of the world, no matter what happens. This is just an awesome ring this week. Choice Banded Ice Shard to Scolipede if he has no HP investment does about 50%. No, I'm sorry, it does about 35%. To Hydreigon with no HP investment, it does about 65%, I think. So if I do it, and English is difficult sometimes, kids. If I do manage to get up rocks later on in the game, all I need is to switch in like twice, and then I can just nuke it with this. Now, let's move on to my favorite mon of the entire team. We have Mienshao. We have Regenerator. I want Regenerator so I can freely spam high jump kick, and I won't care if he brings a Alolan Marowak. I can just click U-turn on it and do that type of stuff and get all my health. Well, 33% of my health back. The Expert Belt is there because it helps nuke literally everything. Poison Jab to physically defensive Sylveon does like 55%. So if that's his switch-in, it's not really a switch-in. Oh, also, I kind of sort of can see him bringing Scarf Sylveon just to try to outspeed non-scarfed Mienshao, so that's also why I have Gengar with max HP. This can also wall Scarf Sylveon for days, click Psyshock on it, get it weakened to the point where I just have to click Poison Jab with this thing. Also, big thing that I did not mention with Sneasel. I kind of wanted to ask you guys this because I'm not sure how it works, but beat up. If we read the description, all healthy allies aid in damaging the target. Now, in the actual battles, the description says if you, it takes all of the opponent's attacks, does some math to it, and then works with it. So my question to you guys is, does that mean it takes their base attack stat, or it takes this attack stat? When I was doing my calcs and my test games, I had a couple of them with 0 IVs in physical attack, and then a couple of them with 31 IVs in attack, and it actually made a difference with the 31 IVs. So I think it goes off this attack stat here. But if you guys know the answer, let me know. I would greatly appreciate that. It would help out a ton if you could let me know just for future references. But I definitely think it relies on this. Not completely sure though, but because of that, I am running 31 IVs in attack on all my special attackers. He also has no foul play users, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he has any foul play users, so shouldn't matter too much. Plus, foul play isn't doing anything to this. I mean, this still has a piss poor special attack stat anyway, and so does this. So it's not like it's the end of the world. But yeah, that's why I also have 31 attack IVs and all my special attackers. Now, Mienshao. Biggest threat to his entire team offensively, aside from Gengar. Because every single time it comes in, he has to switch. And with Expert Belt, I can bluff a Scarf to no end. I can click high jump kick, have Sylveon come in, switch out into my Gengar, see what type of Sylveon it is, and then I can know if my my Mienshao can OHKO it the next time Mienshao is in for free. Knockoff to Marowak, even if he's max HP, easily 2-hit KOs with the Expert Belt, which is awesome. U-turn to Hydreigon if he's offensive Life Orb because he wants to pass speed into it or something like that. High jump kick and U-turn both easily 2-hit KO it, so that's huge. High jump kick is super spammable against his entire team. It 2-hit KOs even max HP Jirachi. Pretty sure. Actually, let me double check that calc because I don't want to tell you guys wrong, but I'm Mienshao, choice Scarf. No, we'll just do that. Versus a Jirachi. Let's see. That. Well, high jump kick to no HP investment to 61%, so I believe adding max HP lowers it by about 12%. Yeah, about 10%. So it does 52% minimum to max HP. That's the exact same amount of damage as knockoff. That's crazy how strong high jump kick is. I love Mienshao for that reason alone. But yeah, high jump kick U-turn, poison jab, super spammable against his entire team, and I absolutely love that. But that is the team that I'm going to be bringing against Paul and the West Coast Wingulls. I really hope it works out. I really love the makeup of this team, and I think it'll do well. My biggest struggle will be if I let Tapu Fini go down too early and he has a Scarfed Hydreigon. However, if he has Scarfed Hydreigon and he locks himself in any one move, I'll be able to kind of sort of play around it a little bit easier. Like if he's Scarfed Hydreigon and locks himself in a Draco Meteor, he'll take -2. I can sack things off until he dies. If he's Scarfed Hydreigon and locks himself in a Dark Pulse, my Mienshao and Sneasel can both take a hit. I just need him to be a little bit weakened, and then Ice Shard from Sneasel can take him out. And he can't safely switch into Hydreigon on Gengar because then I can just Dazzling Gleam it. So, and I have Assault Vest on my Gothitelle. I can live a Dark Pulse, so I'm at like 75%. So, yeah, I really like this team. I really like the way it works out, but that's probably the only thing that I can see me struggling with is if I let Tapu Fini get way too weakened way too early. And by way too weakened, I mean dead. At 20%, I can still switch into Scarf Hydreigon easily. Force him to switch out. He can't two-shot me, even if I'm at like 30%. So let's say I go for Poison Jab, or his Scolipede goes for Poison Jab. I click Surf, he does 50%. He goes for another Poison Jab, and I switch into like Heatran, expecting the Poison Jab or the Mega Horn or something like that. I now saw my switch into Hydreigon, which is insane. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video off there, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below. Also, make sure you go check out Paul. He has an amazing channel. He's an amazing dude, an amazing content creator. I really think you all would enjoy his content, so make sure you go check him out. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.